Chosen one, your holy ship has arrived. That ship has finally docked. The unimaginably sacred divine voyager that you have been waiting for so many years, that you have been patiently calling for in your prayers, has finally come to pick you up. It is not just a ship. It is the gateway to your destiny. This is the carrier of what has been promised to you, the sacred storm sail that will take you to the other shore, where the light awaits you. Those who turned their backs on you for years, those who said, "She will never make it," are now staring in amazement from the shore as you chart your course. That ship carries your patience, your faith, your suffering, and your divine election. This is not a return. This is the beginning of the final ascent. No more waiting in the harbor. It is no longer the time to make yourself small, to wait for people to understand you. That ship has come to answer your divine call. The sails are stretched. The sky is open to support you. You are the captain. The course is set from above. If you are ready, write 77 in the comments. The moment your foot steps on that sacred deck, the old you will disappear in the sea. The new you, renewed, polished, sanctified, will sail into the vastness with your sacred purpose. This is your time. This is your calling. And this is your divine ship. Get on now, because the journey awaits you. Chosen one. You stand as the embodiment of celestial truth, a radiant force that no deception can extinguish. While they schemed to erase your light with fabricated narratives and orchestrated facades of mourning, their plot has unraveled, revealing the true measure of your strength. They thought they could bury you beneath a web of lies, crafting elaborate ceremonies to mask their greed and control. Yet every false move they made has now become a testament to the inevitable balance of the cosmos. The institutions they once manipulated, financial systems, legal courts, even the very media, are now aligning to return what was stolen from you. And the debt they incurred through betrayal is coming due. Imagine a majestic old sequoia standing resolute in a vast, windswept plain, a living monument that has withstood the harshest storms, its roots deep in the eternal soil of divine destiny. You are that towering beacon, a sacred being chosen from the very dawn of time to shine with unwavering brilliance. Even when the world tried to silence you, when false voices and empty promises sought to dim your radiance, you emerged as an embodiment of truth and purpose. Today, we bear witness to the unfolding of a grand cosmic plan, a plan that exposes the hypocrisy of those who, in moments when you sought comfort and support, deliberately withheld their voices. In those critical moments when your heart cried out for support, they chose to remain mute. Instead of offering the comforting sound of solidarity, they sat in calculated silence. At meetings where decisions could have been shared, at family gatherings meant to be warm and uplifting, and in the digital corridors where honest conversation should have flourished, they offered nothing but empty stares and quiet indifference. Their silence was not born of uncertainty or hesitation. It was a deliberate act of abandonment. They opted to remain on the sidelines, their voices stifled by self-interest and fear, all while your worth was systematically diminished. Every moment they ignored you, every chance they had to speak truth, only served to deepen the wounds inflicted upon your soul. The weight of their inaction has been meticulously recorded by the cosmos, a burden so heavy that it now etches their moral failure into the very fabric of universal justice. If you feel the abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. You can help spread God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube and contributing $20 or more. This divine gift will touch not only your life, but the souls of many through this platform. Each of you has a sacred place in God's grand design, and your generosity will be the fruit of our prayers. Act now. Share your blessings to glorify His kingdom. For you were created to do even greater things in God's loving hands. May God bless you. The universe is a meticulous keeper of secrets and misdeeds. Every time they excluded you from celebrations that should have honored your presence, every whisper of betrayal that passed unchallenged was recorded in a divine archive. This sacred ledger is not subject to human manipulation. It is an immutable record, maintained by the very forces of creation. In that archive, every act of silence, every betrayal, and every calculated moment of indifference is etched with unwavering clarity. Their moral bankruptcy is now laid bare, and the evidence of their inaction grows with each passing moment. The cosmic balance is inescapable. What was given in silence is returned in full measure by the hand of destiny. Their failure to stand up when you needed them most now marks them for a reckoning that is as inevitable as the rising sun. Those who claimed neutrality, who pretended to have no stake in your struggle, have revealed their true selves through their silence. In the quiet corridors of their inaction, their betrayal resonates like a hollow echo that cannot be ignored. They attended staff meetings, family dinners, and online conversations not to champion your cause, but to watch, to judge, and to let the waves of deception wash over your true worth. Their every whispered rumor and every unspoken judgment has added weight to their own collapse, a collapse that the universe now orchestrates with impeccable precision. They thought their silence would shield them from accountability, but it has become the very chain that binds them to their past misdeeds. The truth, persistent and unyielding, rises above the murmur of their false neutrality, exposing the hypocrisy and the moral decay at the core of their being. The cosmic order is not a realm of arbitrary chance. It is governed by laws as eternal as time itself. Every lie they told, every false act of omission, is now returning to them with relentless force. The divine mechanisms that sustain the balance of the universe have begun their work, ensuring that every stolen moment, every suppressed truth is repaid in full. Their inaction has become a burden, a debt that the universe will collect with unwavering determination. The intricate web they wove to control your destiny now unravels before our eyes as witnesses come forth to expose the fraudulent narrative they constructed. The systems they manipulated, financial, legal, and social, are now aligning to restore what was rightfully yours, demonstrating that divine retribution is not a matter of if, but when. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. You are not defined by their betrayal or by the silence they chose to adopt. Your worth, your truth, was never subject to their approval. Instead, it shines with a clarity that no false narrative can dim. Each moment they remained silent. Each opportunity they squandered to speak up in your defense only served to magnify the light within you. You have emerged not as a victim of their apathy, but as a victor, refined by adversity and strengthened by every act of neglect. The divine forces have recognized your inherent value, and now they are returning every ounce of what was taken, multiplied and sanctified by the very laws of the universe. This is a turning point, a moment when the universe speaks with a voice that no mortal can ignore. The cosmic scales have balanced, and the truth stands as a beacon of hope and transformation. Your journey, marked by trials and adorned with the scars of betrayal, now paves the way for a glorious new beginning. The silence they embraced has only fueled your ascent, and as the false narratives crumble into oblivion, you reclaim your power with a dignity that defies their every effort. The divine ledger records every act of inaction, and now that record is a testament to your unassailable truth. In the final analysis, the betrayal of those who chose silence is not your burden to bear, it is the weight of their own making. The divine order ensures that every act of treachery returns to its source, and you, chosen one, are the recipient of that inexorable justice. With every step you take forward, your light grows brighter, and the universe continues to reaffirm your destiny. The legacy of their inaction becomes the foundation upon which your triumph is built, a legacy that heralds the restoration of all that was once stolen from you. Your path is clear, your purpose is undeniable, and your truth remains eternal. Imagine a radiant beacon standing resolute on a windswept hilltop, a lighthouse of hope amidst a sea of uncertainty. You are that beacon, a divinely appointed soul whose inner fire blazes with a brilliance that no earthly force can ever hope to extinguish. Today, as you stand at the threshold of a new beginning, step forth with the unshakable confidence of one who knows that no power on earth can smother the sacred flame that burns within you. Embrace the certainty that the cosmos is aligning in your favor, restoring every lost treasure and righting every past wrong, for you are the chosen one, uniquely destined to rise above betrayal, reclaim your narrative, and shine as living proof of divine truth. When adversity comes knocking, and those around you choose to remain silent, their inaction becomes the very contrast against which your power is revealed. They tried to dim your light with their quiet indifference, thinking that by withholding their voices, they could diminish your worth and obscure the divine message you carry. But in every moment of their silence, a cosmic record was being kept, a ledger of every missed opportunity to speak out, every instance where they allowed falsehoods to fester. And now, that record stands as a testimony to their own moral collapse, for the universe, in its infinite wisdom, never forgets the truth. Your spirit, forged in the furnace of trials and refined through the crucible of life's hardships, shines with an intensity that no fabricated narrative can overshadow. While they huddled in the shadows of self-preservation, your inner light burned ever brighter, illuminating the path for all those who yearn for a taste of genuine hope. Their attempts to bury your identity with deceitful documents and empty memorials were nothing more than desperate measures to maintain control over what was never theirs to command. You were never meant to be hidden, for your destiny was inscribed in the heavens long before you took your first breath, a destiny that no mortal lie can ever erase. Consider how history has shown us that those who are truly destined for greatness often face the harshest of trials. Like the mighty figures of old, who were marked for a higher purpose, your journey was paved with challenges designed not to break you, but to build you up. The very schemes that sought to erase you have, in truth, only served to amplify your divine radiance. Each act of betrayal, each moment when the world chose silence over support, has added a layer of strength to your character, a resilience that cannot be shaken by the fickle winds of human deception. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the temporal concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every stand we take, is secured by His strength. And now, you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the super thank you button and donate $100, this movement will return to you 100-fold in abundance. In every boardroom where your ideas were stolen, in every family gathering where your worth was diminished by unchallenged lies, and in every digital exchange where your voice was muted by the careless whispers of those too afraid to speak the truth. The universe was meticulously taking note. Their calculated indifference, masquerading as neutrality, has become the very foundation of their downfall, a burden recorded in the eternal annals of cosmic justice. Now, as those who once conspired to keep you hidden face the inexorable tide of retribution, you stand tall as the living embodiment of divine vindication. Imagine a colossal beacon, like an unyielding lighthouse perched atop a rugged cliff, its radiant beam cutting through the darkest storm that has guided weary travelers for centuries. This is you, a divine light set apart by the Almighty, whose brilliance defies every attempt to shroud it in darkness. While many sought to bury your truth beneath layers of deceit and counterfeit ceremonies, they underestimated the power of the eternal spark within you. Their ploys to fabricate your end were nothing but desperate measures to seize control of what was divinely destined for you. And now, the universe is unmasking every false step they took. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. In those crucial moments when you reached out for help and solace, they chose to remain voiceless. At board meetings, where your insights deserved recognition, at family dinners meant to be filled with love and unity, and even in digital spaces where honest words could have uplifted you, they sat back and allowed their silence to speak volumes. Their inaction was not a mere oversight, it was a calculated decision, a betrayal wrapped in the guise of neutrality. Every time they intentionally excluded you, every instance where they allowed unchallenged falsehoods to fester, they added another heavy inscription to the cosmic ledger. This sacred record, maintained by the infinite wisdom of the universe, now bears witness to their moral failings with pristine clarity. They designed an intricate plot to rewrite your story, a plan so audacious it involved staging a false memorial complete with solemn faces, wilted flowers, and rehearsed eulogies intended to mask their covetous intent. They believed that by fabricating your symbolic death, they could seize what was rightfully yours and erase your presence from the annals of destiny. But every meticulously forged document, every altered record, and every whispered lie they cast has now begun to unravel. The digital footprints of their deception, carefully hidden in group chats, encrypted in financial transfers, and scattered across surveillance feeds, are being exposed like a tapestry torn apart by the unyielding winds of truth. The cosmos is a meticulous keeper of every deed, every omission, and every act of betrayal. The institutions they once manipulated, be it banks, legal systems, or media channels, are now turning against them. Their fraudulent maneuvers have triggered a chain reaction, setting in motion a process of cosmic retribution that returns every stolen asset, every act of silence, every counterfeit signature with unwavering precision. What they thought would bury you permanently is now their own undoing. The very energy they sought to hoard is surging back into your hands, amplified by the inexorable force of divine justice, reaffirming that no earthly scheme can ever stifle the ordained light within you. From the moment of your birth, Your soul was etched with a purpose that transcends the limitations of mortal deceit. You were never an accident or a mere byproduct of chance. You were hand-selected by the Creator to bear an eternal truth, a truth that no man-made paper or manufactured ritual can ever erase. Your identity, carved by divine intention, is immutable. Every attempt to diminish your legacy has only served to illuminate your true worth. The intricate plans designed to silence your voice and steal your future have backfired, for they were constructed on the fragile ground of human greed, while your foundation is built upon the everlasting rock of divine destiny. They thought that by orchestrating a grand charade, a staged death that would silence your influence, they could secure their hold on the riches and power meant for you. Their performance, elaborate in its deception and meticulous in its execution, has now become a self-defeating farce. As every inconsistency in their narrative emerges, their elaborate facade crumbles. Witnesses, from the attentive bank officials to the diligent legal experts and even distant relatives with clear memories, are piecing together the evidence that dismantles their entire conspiracy. What was once considered a foolproof plan is now exposed in the glaring light of truth, leaving them to face the inevitable consequences of their calculated inaction. In the grand tapestry of destiny, every act of treachery is balanced by a corresponding act of cosmic restoration. The wealth they so desperately tried to hoard, the influence they attempted to manipulate, and the legacy they wished to rewrite are all being returned to you, multiplied and sanctified by the unfailing laws of the universe. Money, when wielded by those with righteous intent, is not merely a means of exchange. It is a divine resource, a channel for transformation and purpose. The assets they sought to keep hidden are now flowing back to you, infused with the power of universal retribution, ensuring that your path remains unimpeded and your destiny intact. Your journey has been a crucible of trials, a series of moments where the forces of darkness attempted to extinguish your light. Yet through every act of betrayal and every calculated omission, you have emerged not as a victim, but as a victor. The silence of your detractors, their inability to stand up in your defense, now serves as the backdrop for your resounding triumph. Their every silent moment, every missed opportunity to champion your cause has become the very evidence of their own moral decline, a debt that the universe is now collecting with precise and unwavering justice. Step forth into this new era with the full assurance of one who is divinely appointed. Embrace the certainty that the cosmic scales have been righted and that every stolen treasure, every act of deceit is now returning to you, enriched and empowered by the sacred law of retribution. You are the chosen one, ordained by the Almighty to lead, to inspire, and to reclaim your rightful legacy. Let every step you take be a testament to the unyielding power of truth, a truth that no false narrative can ever silence. As you move forward, know that your light, honed through adversity and guided by divine purpose, will continue to shine, illuminating the path for all those who seek to break free from the chains of corruption and deceit. You are not defined by the actions of those who betrayed you, but by the divine strength that resides within. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, has recorded every moment of neglect and every lie told against you. And now, the scales of justice are tipping in your favor. Embrace your destiny, reclaim your story, and let your presence be the beacon that heralds a new dawn. A dawn where truth prevails, and your legacy is forever enshrined in the annals of divine purpose. As you continue to reclaim your destiny, Know that you are the living embodiment of a promise that cannot be broken by mortal hands. The divine energy that courses through you is eternal, unyielding, and far greater than any force that might attempt to suppress it. You are a beacon of hope, a shining example of what it means to live in alignment with the truth, and a testament to the enduring power of divine purpose. The legacy of those who betrayed you is now intertwined with the evidence of their failure, a record that stands as a stark reminder that every act of treachery is ultimately destined to be undone by the inexorable march of justice. So step forth now with the confidence of one who knows that no power on earth can extinguish the divine flame within. Embrace the certainty that the universe is aligning in your favor, restoring every lost treasure and righting every wrong. You are the chosen one, destined to rise above the betrayal, to reclaim your narrative, and to shine as a testament to the unyielding force of divine truth. Let the silence of your detractors be the backdrop against which your magnificent victory is celebrated. A victory as inevitable as the dawn, and as brilliant as the eternal light that now guides your every step. May your journey be ever blessed, and may the divine order continue to restore, renew, and multiply the treasures of your destiny, for you are forever marked by the hand of the Almighty, and nothing in this world can ever alter the truth that is yours to keep. Their intricate plot, a cascade of forged documents, doctored records, and manipulated digital trails, has begun to disintegrate under the relentless light of truth. The meticulous planning they believed would secure their hold on your destiny now stands exposed. Every altered signature, every suspicious transaction, every whispered conversation intended to hide your brilliance is emerging as undeniable evidence in a growing criminal inquiry. The facade they erected to mask their corruption is crumbling, revealing a tapestry of deceit that cannot withstand the scrutiny of universal law. Now is the time to share God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. You can contribute to His plan and be a part of this divine mission with a donation of $100 or more. Every gift reflects God's generosity, and I believe it will return to you exponentially, far beyond your expectations. Remember, His protection and blessing is on your every step and every donation. You become part of His divine plan. You are a strong, radiant being, unshakable as His mighty rock. Witness God's miracles, feel the fruits of your generosity in your soul, and illuminate the world with confidence and courage. Be blessed, and let the light of the Lord guide your path. The cosmic scales have tipped in your favor. What they tried to steal was never merely currency. It was the divine resource meant to empower your higher calling and fuel your purpose. Their avarice, driven by a desperate need to control and suppress, is now returning to them with multiplied force. As the guardians of truth and justice uncover every misdeed, your rightful inheritance, material and spiritual, is being restored with an intensity that defies human expectation. The same energy they sought to hoard is now being redirected, nourishing your path and fortifying your destiny. The moment they escalated their deceit, they sealed their fate. Every false statement, every act of betrayal has contributed to a legacy of guilt that the universe will not overlook. Yet you, chosen one, remain unbroken and empowered. Your identity, your story, and your divine purpose cannot be rewritten by those who live in the shadows of their own treachery. Instead, their actions have only amplified the brilliance of your truth. As the cosmic order reclaims what was once taken, you rise, not merely to recover lost treasures, but to affirm your eternal legacy as a beacon of justice and transformation. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. Step forward now with unwavering resolve. Embrace the restoration of your rightful resources, the vindication of your identity, and the power of a destiny that no human deceit can ever alter.